Hello, Bluebirds. How are you all doing? I hope you all are doing perfect. And I'm sorry for not uploading for so long. So, I thought, how about teaching you a small little course on making games? So, about this, I decided that I will be teaching this course for around all the videos that I'll post will be about this. So, yep, let's start. So the first thing you have to open is Roblox Studio, of course. Make sure you're logged in. And now I want us to make an obby, a small little obby. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open this obby to see how an obby looks first. We're not gonna try it out, but if you wanna try it out, you can surely do it. So if you're new to Roblox Studio, then you can, let me teach you. So, to move around, we have to use the W, A, S, and D keys. W for forward, S for back, A for left, and D for right. And you can even use the arrow keys. These are these. You can use a mouse, and the middle of the mouse can be used to do this, right, and yeah, just keep pressing right click, keep right clicking to move around like this, okay? So now I'm just gonna teach you some stuff over here. So over here, let's see. So first, if you wanna test something or if you wanna see something, you go over here to the top of your, tabs, and you go to play. So you go to play and press it. Now it's loading, and there we have it. So yeah, we can play this like this using your spacebar and the normal keys you use while playing Roblox normally. So yeah, we won't make such a complex obby because for that we need scripting. I'll teach you scripting later, but yeah, we won't make such a complex obby right now. It'll need a lot of scripting. Anyways, now if you want to leave this, then just press this, that is stop, and yeah, you'll leave it. Now, I wanna teach you how to make this small obby on a base plate on your own. First, I'll teach you how to use the controls, and then I'll teach you how to use this. Okay, if you want to close this, then just go to File over here and press Close File. And there, you closed it. Now I'm just gonna teach you how to make your own obby, and first I'll make you learn the controls and stuff. Guys, now I'll open the base plate. Okay, so first I will teach you about different parts. So over here you have this in your home. You press on this and this opens part. Now we have to go to model, and we will go to model and go to scale. Okay, and then just put this to 0. Over here you see this move and stuff, just put it to 0 and 0, so it'll not disturb you really good. So yeah, now I'm just gonna stretch this. Yeah, like that. Gonna just like that. Yep. Now I want to show you something. If you put this, make this wall a little bit thin, like this. Okay, yeah, this much, and like this small around, or maybe this small. Yeah, this small. And now I'm just gonna go play over here. So here we're gonna play. Now I'm just gonna walk over this wall, and it does not really matter if you're walking over this wall. But 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 if the anchor is on, it's better. It's better for you. Make sure at all times that if you don't want something to move or fall, then you turn on the anchor. Because if the anchor is not on over here, then I'm damn sure something will fall or maybe just move. So yeah. And also when you're like getting some object from the toolbox, like we go to view tab, we go to toolbox over here, and like I'll just search some random room that falls maybe. So maybe let's see if our luck is that good. Hmm. So I'll just choose this room, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Let's just press on this drop down menu over here. I'm just gonna press on that wall. I wanna press on that wall. So we're just gonna go home again and see if its anchor is on. It's not. So let's just go and play and see if it's falling or not. If it's not falling, then its anchor is on. And if it is falling, then we have to turn its anchor on. Look, that's exactly what I said. So when you don't have something's anchor on, it falls. It just falls desperately. No matter how much you try, it's gonna fall. And it's gonna turn into more pieces when you try to like fix it. It's just gonna fall. So to be safe, just make sure you select every part and turn its anchor on, or see if its anchor is on, so that when you are making a GFX or something, it doesn't affect your GFX. And also, so that my friends have suffered from this, they've gone through this, and they're like, okay, I'm not able to make a GFX, and they never turned their anchor on. Even I didn't know what an anchor was that time, but yeah, they never turned their anchor on. So that's why it happened. Make sure you turn your anchor on at all times. Just select this and turn your anchor on. That's gonna work too, I guess. So it won't fall. Let's see. Yep, just look at it. Just look at the way it improved. It didn't fall just because we selected it and we put anchor on it. So beautiful. Okay, so one more thing I want to teach you is go to objects over here, the toolbox, select seat. Okay, now we're just gonna go over here. Okay, now make sure you're in the model tab and select move. Make sure your constraints are off. Just please make sure your constraints over here are off, because if they're not, then you'll suffer a lot while positioning stuff. So we're just gonna put this, and I'll try if it's working, I guess. I'll see if it's working. Yep, so we're just gonna make it move a little up this side. Okay, and yeah, of course, the anchor. We're just gonna go and play and see. So, we're here. Yep. You see that? We sat down. We sat down. So when you search seed over here, and when you put it with an anchor, of course, it's gonna make you like sit. So that's the main, I guess, the thing that is beneficial about all this. Anyways, now that you know all this, I want to teach you another thing. Let me just delete this model. Okay, now you see this workspace over here? Okay, just turn on the drop down menu. Make sure to close your toolbox and all the excess tabs. Okay, now just press on it and go to base plate. Just find base plate. Now press on base plate and press delete on your keyboard. Either press that or just right click and delete. Now your base plate is gone. Now we're gonna start making our obby. Now just go to your workspace and you see anything like this addition over here. Yeah, just press on that. Okay, now just try to scroll down and find something called spawn location. So choose this and yeah, this thing will come up called the spawn. Spawn is also the place, if you don't know, where we first come when we join the game. You can change the color according to what you want. I'll change it to gray. Now let's add some part. Make sure your anchor is on because yeah, our anchor is on. Now just select this. Now is the time to turn on your studs to 0.25 or maybe 1.25. That would be better. 1.25, and this should be around 15 degrees. Yep, 15. Okay. Now press on this, go to model, go to move, and move this like this. Now it's gonna move according. This is called snapping. So when you want something to be exactly the same, you snap it. Turn on this and you just enter the amount of studs and rotation you want so that it's equal. It's pretty equal. So now this thing is really important again. So I'm just gonna go to scale. Just gonna scale it. Yep, just like that. And I'm just gonna put this down a bit, I guess. I don't know. Okay, I can't put it down. So I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm just gonna color this as this so that it's harder for the person to see. Now, I love this. I love the size. I love everything about this. I'm just gonna right click it and duplicate. You can also Control plus D to duplicate it. Now you see in your Explorer there is another part. So again, go to move and move that part a little away, a little bit away. Now you come over here so that it's a little hard for the person to jump. And you can keep your obby going on like that. So it's a really simple obby. And yeah, I'll just duplicate it again. Like Control plus D. Yep. I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it over here. I'm gonna move it like this. Yep. And yeah. Now I'm gonna do this. Duplicate another part, I hope. There it is. So yeah, this is how you do it. And make sure your snap is on when you want something to move accordingly, so that you don't get like confused with the size and stuff. Right there. Perfect. Now I want another spawn. So just go to workspace again. Just make sure this thing is kind of, you know, off. And this decal, I don't know what this is. I can rename it to anything we want. I'm just gonna put on another, and yeah, just by the way, I'm gonna group all these so that when I move these together, like when I press one of them, they move together. So what I'm gonna do is, it's really simple. Just hold down left on your mouse and just drag it into one part like this. Keep dragging it. So it's really easy. Now you see there is a drop down menu. Now just press on it, press anywhere, press on part, and it moves together. So easy. Okay. I want another you know, spawn. So I'm just gonna press this and spawn location. And then there we have another spawn location. We're just gonna move it like this. And then the same color. And yeah. Now let's test our game. So once every game is done, we have to test it so that you know it's working properly. So let's test it. Okay. Now, you see what happened? Everything just fell down. You know why that happened? Because our our anchor was off. So let's just stop this. Turn on our anchors, and that is why I made this easier for you by dragging it into one. That turning on our anchors is easy. So yeah, now it's gonna be better. You see why our anchor just didn't work? Okay, let me tell you. So once you know, only one part will work. Because we put it in all to one part, the others won't work. It's like if you have learned coding or anything related to coding, it's more like a variable declaration where once you declare a variable and you declare the same variable again, it's just not gonna work. So you don't have to change the name, you just have to press on each one of them and turn on your anchor, because that other way it won't work. You can be really, lazy upon this. So now I'm gonna play. And there it is. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now I'm just gonna fall from here. And I wanna see where I come. Okay, I'm coming over here. So we'll fix that in the next course, or the next episode of our course. So guys, I hope you like this, and I hope you make your own obby. And I really want you to make your own obby, and once you're done, you can just probably share that obby with me on Roblox Studio. Let me tell you how to share. I'm just gonna close this file. Yeah, we can save the changes to a place plate. So I'll just go to documents, and I'll go to Roblox, autosaves, and faceplate. Exactly. Now close this. Let me tell you how to share. So you just go to my games, share it with me if you wanna see who shared. And if you wanna share it with someone, you have to do just one thing. It's really easy. You'll get used to it. Don't worry about that. So you open that obby. I've not opened that obby, but you open that obby and you go to game settings of that obby. Go to basic info. Yeah, you just name something. Name it my first obby or whatever. This is base plate. I'll name it base plate. You can give it any description, anything you like, anything. Go to permissions. It's private. Okay. Go to monetization. Okay. Right. Right. Now save this. Go to view. Go to over here. You see this team create? Yeah. Just turn it on. Now. This is the main part. So once you turn your team create on, you can share everything and anything with your friends. Again, go to game settings, options. Okay, so over here you see collaborators. Okay, so search any person you want to build with. Just search her name. Todayyy went for one. You have to share it with me, so you can please search my username. So when you're sharing it with me, you're also giving me the access to change your app or obby, but I won't change it. I really want you to, do this. You might have to rewatch this part. It's okay. It's alright. Just choose this and press on save. So now, what will happen is just close file while saving the changes. What will happen is when I'll go to share with me, all your games will appear and I can see them. And then once you comment that you have shared it with me, I'll be really happy. So yeah, I hope you share your games with me, guys, your hobbies, so that I can see how much you've progressed. And yeah, I think that is it for today. I'll be giving you the notes in the PPT presentation that I'll be showing. Stay tuned. Notes of Chapter 1. Introduction. Intro to Roblox Studio. Obby. An obby, obstacle course, is a game in Roblox terminology. In an obby, players try to avoid the obstacles and jump over them, etc. to reach the end of the obby. Open the obby template. Templates are a few pre-built Roblox projects that you can use as a start for your own games. There's an already built obby template as well, from where you can get a small little idea of the obby you will be continue making. Okay, Bluebirds? After I have given you a small idea of how to build an obby starting. So as I gave you the idea of how to make an obby starting, you first make that obby starting, and from there you have to continue making your own imagination types obby. Okay, to test the obby template, simply press on the play button. To stop play, to stop playing, press on the stop button. So this over here I have given as the play button, the one in the left, that is the play button. You can find it on any tab. You don't have to go on any tab. You can find it anywhere. And then the second one is the stop button. So once you have entered the game and you've started playing, you can just press on the stop button. To make an obby, open an empty base plate. So first we have to open our normal empty base plate. Then you have to open your properties from the view tab, or press on explorer and properties. Press on both and then you can toggle them by going to the bottom of the explore properties page that is on the, of course, right of your, the right side of your game thingy, the right side of your studio, and then you can toggle them, but I suggest you just open your explorer. Okay, now in explorer, press on the workspace drop down menu, select base plate and press delete. All this has been given in the video, but I'm still telling you because it is more convenient for you. So uh, we have to go to the workspace, that is, I have put over here the image, that globe thing, and press on its drop down menu. You can see the drop down menu just beside it, and then you can see something called base plate. You just have to press on the name base plate and then press delete on your keyboard, or you can just right click on the name and you can go up and down and you can delete that. Just delete your base plate, giving you free space to make your obby. So this will delete your base plate completely, like the gray base plate that is given, giving you all the sky place, like there is a sky now, to make your obby, because obbies are usually made in the sky part. Okay. Now, as your base plate is deleted, go to the workspace again. Hover your mouse over that, and you will find a plus button just beside your workspace label. So, once you hover your mouse up on the workspace, you will find a plus button just beside the workspace. You just have to press on that and then click on it. You just have to click on it, and then you will, once you click on it, you will find this thing called spawn location. So once you find spawn location, just press on it, and then you can adjust how you want your spawn to be. And this sets where you spawn once you join the game. Like spawn is where you are, your location when you just join the game, right? To move your camera view, just press W for forward on your keyboard, S for back, A for left, D for right, Q for down, E for up, Shift to slow down speed, right mouse button RMB to turn the camera, middle mouse button MMB for pan view, mouse scroll wheel MSW to zoom, and F to focus on a selected object. I hope you understood this. Okay. Paths. Paths are basic building blocks of the game. You can use them to build almost anything and everything. You can shape them and resize them differently using the Roblox scale button or the scale modeling option given in both home and model tab of the Roblox Studio. So the scale option is given in both modeling option and home tab, are both given in home tab and model option of Roblox Studio. So yeah, make sure you do that. Yep. Okay. So now we have, once you click on the part, a block will appear at the center of your camera. So once you click on something, a block might appear in the center of your camera on the part and camera view. Just like the spawn appeared, your part will also appear. So once you select the part, you can move it using the move modeling option available in home and model tabs respectively. So again, move modeling option is to move your object without making it fall. So you have to you can find this move option in home and model tabs of Roblox Studio. In move building, the red arrows are for left and right controls. So there are these arrows given over here, as you can see. So these are the arrow givens. These are the arrows given. Oh my god, what is wrong? So these red arrows are for left and right controls. They move your object left to right. Okay, and the green arrows are for up and down movement. So when you press on these green arrows, you can move something up and down.
And finally, the blue arrows are for back and forth movement. So the blue arrows can move your object back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Now, as you remember, you have a spawn right in front of you. Remember? We were discussing our spawn right now. So we have a spawn right in front of us. Using the move control, move the part or block, the part or block we selected closer to the spawn so that it's like an easier jump for the person playing the obby, and settle it to a place where you want. Now you have to go to the model or home tab and select scale. Scale, as I told you, helps in resizing an object, its width, height, and volume. So, scale helps you in resizing the object, its width, height, and volume. The red dots control the width of the part, that is how broad it will be. The green dots control the height of the part, that is how tall it will be. You can make it really small or really tall. And the blue dots control the volume or thickness of this part. So the blue dots control the how thick something will be, how thick an object will be. So from this point, it's totally your wish upon how to design your obby. How to perform these steps are given in the video you just saw. You remember, right? Yeah. In Roblox, studs are the basic measurement unit. Here's the white grid that shows the size of each stud. So this is each stud. You see? Yeah. This is the basic measurement unit in Roblox Studio. So if a part only moves in steps or rotates 45 degrees at a time, this is because of snapping. Snapping is useful when moving parts that should be placed exactly at an interval of the same distance or should be placed together. So you can use studs or you can snap, because this is called snapping. You can use snapping when you want something to be exactly at the same place. So examples are obbies. You want the obbies to be in the same place. So yeah, so you can use snapping in obbies and then making different things, right? Okay, now this is the main step. Make sure to anchor every object in your obby. Anchoring makes the objects stay at one place without moving or falling. If an object isn't anchored, it's going to end up falling or moving. So you can find that anchor in your home tab and model tab respectively. I have explained about anchoring in the video itself, but just over here I'm giving you a small recap. So anchoring, once you anchor something, at it won't move from that place, it won't move or fall from that place. Okay, and if an object isn't anchored, then it's going to end up falling or moving. So whenever you are editing some object, always make sure to anchor it so that it never falls. Especially in obbies, you really need anchoring, because if you don't anchor, it's gonna just fall in the sky. So yeah, but never anchor doors, because doors have to move. So if you anchor doors, they won't move, and they'll eventually you can't go inside something then. So never anchor doors, they have to move. In Roblox Studio, the collisions option. So in my video, I accidentally explained constraints as collisions. It it was collisions. I said constraints because I was in some kind of confusion. So in Roblox Studio, the collisions option in the model tab lets you control if the part should be blocked from moving into each other. To turn collisions on or off, click the collisions button. If you set collisions on, you won't be able to move a part into any position where it overlaps another part. If you set collisions off, you can freely move parts anywhere in the world. So you have to always, if you want to make an obby or if you're making a house where you want to overlap uh, things, you can turn your collisions on, and make sure you don't turn your constraints on. It's always collisions. I accidentally said constraints. I was in some kind of confusion that time. in the video. So, and if you don't want something to overlap, then you can turn off your collision or turn on your collisions, right? Okay. And yeah, while making, like, some people make dresses and stuff out of already made stuff. So for that, you can use your collisions off, because you have to like mix stuff into each other and all. So yeah, that's an example I'm giving. Important notes. Make sure to send me the hobby you've made with your own steps. I have explained how to share your game creation with me during the end of the video. If you do not have a good memory of storing all this, you can use a real life rough notebook, or you can even use OneNote that is built in your Windows 10 PC. You can even use a note taking app called EverNote. Always send me the games creations you have made if I have instructed to do so. They will be counted in as projects. If you have made something extra, like an extra game, extra objects, which I haven't told you to submit in the video, or you have just made on your own without any like after learning from me, then you can just share it with me so I can also see what beautiful creation you have made. So always want you to share what I've instructed you to share. And yeah, I wanted to even share some things or games you've made without my instructions, or you've made on your own, right? Now, by this, make sure to send me a hobby you've made with your own steps. I mean, uh, the first part has been already done for you. Like, I've already made it, so you can copy that. And after that, you can build your own hobby. I really want you to copy the first part that I've made, and after that, you can make your own thing. Okay. Next, so I sent a link over here to Evernote. So you just have to click on Evernote and you can make this link, and you can make almost anything. So yeah, uh, if you don't have OneNote, you can always open Evernote. It is really uh, you know uh, convenient. So yeah. And yeah, I'll be sending you a link of these notes that I have prepared on a PPT presentation in the description down below. Also, I'll be sending a link to Evernote in the description, just so that if you can't open it from your PPT presentation, you can always open it from your YouTube thingy. So yeah, guys, I hope you really liked my efforts in making all this, and I hope you continue with my course so that you can learn more. I really hope to see your everything you've made and all. So yeah, thank you so much. And